A new report from USA Today Blueprint Car Insurance shows nearly 35% of people failed a driver's license test in the U.S. between 2020 and 2023.
When you took yours, did you pass?
I did.
First
yes.
time?
First time.
Me too. I guess we're kind of rare in that regard,
I guess
right? So here in Washington, nearly 34% of people who took driver's license tests failed, making our state the 17th highest rate of failed tests. Joining us to continue the conversation this morning is Heidi Gollub, the managing editor of Insurance and the study's author. Heidi, nice to have you with us today.
Thank you. It's great to be here.
So let's first look at the study overall. So what were some of the key findings that really stuck out to you about all this?
Well, as you said, we looked at driver's license test results nationwide going back to 2020, and we found that a lot of people fail their driver's license test. Nationwide, 35% of people on average fail one portion of the test, either the skills or the knowledge portion. Washington is just slightly above or slightly better than the national average. 34% of people failed. And the highest failure rate we found was in Indiana at 52%, and the lowest was Vermont at 20%.
Heidi, what is going on here? Why do you think such a large percentage of people are failing driver's tests?
I am not sure, but I think the good news is that a lot of people are passing. You could look at the flip side. In Washington, 78% passed the drive test and 58% passed the knowledge test. And of course, the people on the road are the people who passed. So that's the good news. We did not look at how many times the people had taken the test, only the overall number of tests and how many people were passing them.
I wonder if parallel parking might be having to do with
That's
some
where
of those
I got
numbers.
dinged in my skill test. Still passed, though, on the first time, but that
Same
was
here.
my struggle.
Yes, as we mentioned, Washington was ranked the 17th highest rate of failed tests. So what did the study find specifically about Washingtonians?
Well, let's see. Specifically, the pass rate for the drive test was 78%, as I said, and the pass rate for the knowledge test was 58%. And this was actually a surprise to me. I thought more people would pass the drive test because, like you said, parallel parking, it gets us all. So the good news is people are doing well on the skills test in Washington. So that's highly important. They could beef up their knowledge a little. And I just wanted to mention, even for people who have already gotten their driver's license, if you take a defensive driving course to improve your driving, a lot of car insurance companies will give you a good discount for that. So that's worth looking into. I think we all, even those of us, I also passed both of my tests on the first try. But it's been a while. It's been a minute. So I think all of us can benefit from improving our skills and refreshing our knowledge. Also, we found with this test that, driver's licenses aren't regulated the same in every state. And if you move, I got my license in Maryland. I now live in Texas. The laws here are different. So that's another reason to sort of brush up on your state laws.
Yeah, I know. I have licenses in Oregon, Utah, and Washington.
Did you have to get new ones?
I did.
Do a new test every time?
I know I did in Utah. Oregon's kind of blurry. I think I did.
Interesting.
But definitely Utah.
Yeah.
Okay, according to the survey, Washington is one of the top 12 states with the most licensed drivers. Do you think the number of licensed drivers plays a role in the higher rate of people who failed tests?
Oh, well, that's an interesting question. We didn't look at that with the study, but I think people are not giving up on the first try. If they fail, they're beefing up their skills, practicing and continuing to learn and trying again. So that's not a bad thing if we have to study a little harder before we get our license and get on the road.
I just sort of remember back to, when I first started driving a car, I would maybe do like some other parents do, where you just go in the parking lot somewhere and take it really slow before you start taking the course. Interesting. You had another question,
I grew up in, I was just going to say, I grew up in Eastern Washington. So I remember my stepdad took me out to our horse pasture, and he had me practice driving in the horse pasture because I learned on a stick shift. So, so I practiced that way. And then by the time, I took my driver's test, yes, I was definitely ready to go. Again, like the parallel parking was a little bit of a struggle, but it's taken me back to all those times of like all the practice driving. And I would definitely say, it's good to know that, we want people on the roads that pass their tests.
Absolutely.
So I'm glad it might be a challenge for some people because we want the best drivers on our roads. We don't want any other issues already than what we already have.
Absolutely. Do you have any practicing horror stories or anything, Heidi?
Me? I do have 4 young drivers on the road, personally. And I taught them all how to drive. And we spent a good portion of that time driving on the highway, driving at night, driving in the rain, just to make sure that when they were on their own, they knew how to drive in every condition. That's not part of the driving test, but I think it's really important.
That is good. Yeah, Heidi, any other tips for those people watching this that do have those young drivers that they're trying to teach the really good foundation of driving safely?
Definitely. Well, we just did another study recently about fatal accidents involving teenagers. So that one was definitely sobering for me as a parent with young children, just that it's so important to take the time to talk to them about going slow, not driving emotionally, not driving with, more than one passenger in their car, having time to get there, not worrying if they miss a turn, go the long way to get there. Just all the different scenarios that could happen, to just be calm and take your time and don't be stressed when you're driving. I think that doesn't just apply to teenagers, that applies to all of us. We need to just be really aware of our surroundings and focus and take it slow and follow the laws.
And also put the distractions away, too, particularly with cell phones.
Absolutely. Yeah, we didn't have that challenge when we were learning to drive. We didn't have the cell phones, so now the kids do. Yeah.
All right, Heidi, thank you so much. Very important information. Appreciate your time this morning.
Thank you. It was great to talk to you both.
Great to talk to you. Yeah, I think my first memory that I can think of is like in my junior high parking lot. I think is when my dad took me around to sort of practice the first time. But horse
ours was like in Eastern Washington. It was a horse pasture. The other funny thing my stepdad would do is he would get me up at 5 a.m. to practice driving in the dark, like she recommended.
Yeah.
So we get up at 5 a.m. Now it's funny because that was just so early. Now I get up at 2 a.m.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we get up at 5 a.m. We go practice, on these little back country roads, and I would go so slow because I was so scared. I mean, these roads are small. There's tight corners, and he would say, "You have to get up to speed. You have to drive the speed limit." And I would say, "I can't see. It's so dark." He goes, "Well, then you need to get some glasses if you can't see." But it was just this banter back and forth. I love him dearly.
Yes.
And again, he did teach me how to drive, which I mean, and he did so much for me growing up. But I just remember that time of like, oh, I got to get in the car with him. I got to drive on these small country roads. I got to get up to speed. Oh, it's dark. Yeah.
And you passed with flying colors.
I did. So it all worked out.
So did something right.
I know.
We're going to take a look.